Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Night God versus Black cards, and this is going to be a $500 Iron Man. The winning team will win $500, the losing team will lose $500, and this is a 2v2. Also, Black cards is a YCS champion. This is Julius, the person who won YCS Dormont with the plant deck, and then hopping right in, we will go ahead and we will see Night God win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and they will decide to go first. 42 versus 43. Opening hands, we got Bonfire, Nib, Ash Blossom, Fualos, and Bonfire. They have Neptibus, Imperm, Ash Blossom, Perulia, Imperm. Okay. So we have one engine card, 4 non-engine going second. Obviously, we're going to, standby face Perulia them. And then they just let it go because Perulia just isn't, that good of a card. Overall, we don't need to Ash something that just says draw 1. That's like Ash and Upstart Goblin on your turn. You're not going to do that all the time. Oh, we're actually just going to pass here because we have Fualos. We don't want to commit Ice into, an Imperm, which is more likely, too, that if they have something like Imperm, that they will try to stop Ice. That way Perulia tries to keep drawing, and it cuts them off the Fiendsmith cards. So they just pass. They draw the Abyss Shrine. Yeah, and obviously we're not going to stop this if we just plan on passing turn also. But I'm just meant in general, I don't think Perulia is that good. Normal summon out Neptibus, and then summon is fine. Activate the effect to go dump Dragoons. They Ash Blossom the Neptibus, and then Dragoons effect to go search. And then I guess we Ash this because they can search this. Okay. And then Dragoons will go ahead and search, and that's gonna grab out the Mermail Shadow Squad. And then activate the Abyss Shrine effect. They chain Fualos, they chain Ash Blossom, so go ahead and summon out from the deck. New chain link now. They get to activate the Neptibus effect, which will special summon back out the Dragoons from the graveyard. And then they have the hand effect to go ahead discard the Mermail Shadow Squad to go ahead and special summon out from the deck. So they go ahead bring out 2 Abyss Pike. I don't even know what this is. Glutanos, Reptolophin, Griefthus. Okay, it's a tuner, level 3 fish. You can target 1 fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster in your graveyard with an equal or lower level than the number of cards in your opponent's hand. Special summon it. Okay, but it cannot activate its effects this turn. Then if this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can make that synchro monster that was used for this, getting 200 attack and defense for each card in the opponent's hand. Okay. Interesting. Also, Julian has been playing Mermail for a while now. I'm pretty sure he even topped the YCS with it too. Then go ahead and activate the Shadow Squad effect, which won't do anything here because I'm fairly certain. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm fairly certain it only specials, but it is mandatory. All the Atlanteans are mandatory to activate. Then they said reading. They said that is okay. And then on resolution, activate Nib. Go ahead and tribute the field, and then pass over a token. Which I think that's fair to do there before our opponent makes some dumb synchro monster that we don't even know about, because I assume that they also don't know what's going on with this. And we have to drop Nib anyways on the next play if they do overlay for a Bahamut Shark, or if they go for Dweller, then they can go ahead and search if they try doing something like that. Then set double Imperm pass, draw Fiendsmith Tract, and now we have 3 pushes for this turn against double Imperm set. That's really easy to play into. So normal summon Ice effect, they Imperm it, and then we go activate Fiendsmith Tract, add Lurie, discard Lurie effect, special summon itself out, and then now they can go ahead and turn Lurie into Requiem effect, Tribute go special, and then that can bring out Lacrima effect, go dump it in Engraver. Engraver effect, shuffle back Lurie, special summon out, Requiem effect to equip, effect to go ahead and out the token, and then now we're just going to make Chaos Angel to force the last back row, and then if they chain it or if they don't, yeah, we just Bonfire for game. On to the next game now. We will go ahead and see Black cards go first. We have Fualos, Imperm, Fualos, Fiendsmith in Paradise, and Ice. Okay, double Fualos is insane. They have Called By, Neptibus, Thrust, Minstrel, and Nib. So they will go main phase. Also, isn't it crazy that they brought Mermail to a $250 a head Iron Man, by the way? I didn't even bring that up, but isn't that crazy that they brought that? I know they've been playing it for a while, but you have to truly believe in this deck to put that money on the line. But I guess you have to believe in the deck if you're taking the deck to a YCS too, right? Now they go Neptibus effect, go ahead dump Shadow Squad. I don't think they took it to... Actually, I lied. I don't think they took it to a YCS. I think they've been taking it to regionals. Oh no, there was a YCS, right? The Valonia. So they went ahead, dumped, they impermit, then activate Shadow Squad, they go Fualos, chain called by, chain Fualos, so they're still under Fualos this turn, so they bring out the Abyss Pike, they draw into Valor, then Abyss Pike effect, discard the Minstrel, and they go ahead and Valor to stop that, and then this doesn't do anything, so they have Thrust now. Yeah, it's probably just Thrust. Maybe so like Karma Cannon or D Barrier, okay. And then they're still thinking on playing. Go ahead, use those, make Coral. So they Thrust first in case they draw into an Ash Blossom, so they can't Ash the Thrust. Draw Engraver, Coral effect, summon back out Minstrel. Minstrel effect can go ahead and mill 3, and then target one in the graveyard and put it back. Also, does this mill for cost? I don't think it does, right? Or does it? It does mill for cost. Okay, so we milled Dragoon there, so we'll get the Dragoon effect to go search. Then we get to put one back, so put back Neptibus. Dragoon, Heavy Infantry, mandatory. Go ahead, search Prince for follow-up. And then past turn, they draw on the Ice. So now normal summon Ice. Ice effect goes special. Bring out X. X effect goes search. And then that's fine. And then on resolution, do we D-barrier? Like, that's tough. Because if you D-barrier, then they just, like, make something else, and they don't need to go in the XYZs. But if you don't D-barrier, they could also just make Detonator. But I guess D-barrier beats that if all they do is make Detonator. And then you have Nib, so you can let that go. Oh, okay, they don't let that go, though. Okay. Sure. I guess we just nib them anyways, and we stop the turn at some point, because they just have the Fiendsmith combo. Engraver in the Tract, activate Tract, and then go ahead and search and discard Lurie, special summon out Lurie. Then go ahead and make Requiem. Requiem effect, Tribute go special, bring out Lacrima. Lacrima effect. This is an interesting way to play it. Shouldn't we have... Oh, they don't play Moon. Oh, they don't play Moon. Okay. Yeah, at least I don't think they do. Otherwise, they could have, like, discarded a Fiendsmith in Paradise off their Engraver play instead. But it would make sense if they didn't make Moon because they don't play it. Then make Sequence. Sequence effect. That's fine. Go ahead, shuffle back the Lurie, the Requiem, Engraver, and then summon out Desiree. They only have one unknown also, so like if this play does go through, then Fiendsmith in Paradise can just be set as a trap card. Then we go ahead, make the Agumde, activate Engraver, shuffle back special. Okay, that's fine. And then they said thinking on the summon of Engraver. Now they go ahead, make Chaos Angel. Made with lights. Effect to go banish Coral. Sure. That wouldn't be able to add back anything anyways. And then go battle phase. This does do piercing. And that's game, right? Yeah, that is game. That is game. So end of main we have to drop Nib, otherwise we lose. Then they can chain the Agumde effect to summon out Desiree. And then the Desiree gets tributed, the Minstrel gets tributed, pass over the token. And then we could go Desiree effect, shuffle back to go ahead and out that. But I don't think, unless we want to shuffle back Engraver, I don't think we shuffle back and out this. I think we can just beat over it. Like, we don't need to do damage, right? Yeah, I think we just attack over, leave Engraver in the grave. That's, like, more important than getting 35 damage in randomly. So they draw a Dominus Impulse for turn. Ooh, that does stop the Lacrima. Actually, you probably let that go. Yeah, you just Dominus Impulse the Agumde, because it'll get popped too, because they have D-Barrier engraved, and then the Lacrima still gets shuffled back. Okay. So now they go activate Lacrima effect, try to special summon out the Agumde. That's fine. Yep, they're thinking on that, but that should be fine. Never mind, okay. Go ahead and stop that. Maybe they think like, oh, if we get to a whole nother turn where Lacrima matters, I just lose anyways. I just need to win this turn. Maybe that's their thought process. Normal out Neptibus effect, dump the Shadow Squad, search out Dragoons, and then we have Shadow Squad effect to go ahead and special summon out the Abyss Pike. Abyss Pike effect, discard Dragoon to go search, and then this will go ahead and grab out the Abyss Shrine from the deck. And then Dragoon effect to go search. Grab out the Mermail Shadow Squad. And then we have the Shrine effect, which probably just tributes to the Neptibus. I said 1 sec. Internet, sorry. I'm on my phone. Internet restarting, sorry. Okay. If this ever happens to you, you can always, like, pass over the account to, like, someone you know that's in the call. But okay, now they're going to activate the Shrine effect. Go ahead, Tribute. Because I don't think they're doing this to, like, stall for time. Because Julian plays fast. Like, they play very fast, honestly. Yeah, because, oh, that also took a while, too. That took, like, 10 minutes for their internet thing to come back. Okay, they're going to go ahead, Tribute, and then Special Summon out. And then... Oh, never mind. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and search. Sure. I guess we already went through, like, you know, the Glutanos and 2 Pikes. So the big guy that summons out from the deck, you know, loses value because it only summons 1. So we're just going to grab out the Ice Jade. And then Neptibus effect to special summon back out the Mermail Shadow Squad. And then Shadow Squad effect to go ahead, discard Shadow Squad to make them level 7. Overlay into Gaios. Overlay on top of that into the Poseidon Atlantean Dragon Lord, and then detach to go ahead and dump and then return. So return the token, return the set card, and then they get the Dragoon effect to go search. And then that's going to grab out the Neptibus from the deck to the hand. That's fine. Now what? They're just going to go ahead attack. I guess this just crashes, right? And then discard to go ahead and summon back out a bunch from the graveyard. So, send that to the graveyard effect. It's kind of disappointing that they weren't able to end the game, though. So, discard the Neptibus and then summon back out 3. So, that will summon out the Minstrel, the Glutanios, and the Shrine. And then activate Minstrel effect, mill 3, and then put back. So, this can target any water, right? I guess I don't know what water matters at this point. I guess you could put back a Dragoon. So, that way, like... You have that in deck for follow-up. Just going to put back a Shadow Squad, though. Okay. And then, main phase 2, activate the effect to go ahead and special summon back out from the graveyard. So that's going to bring out the Neptibus. And then, go ahead and make the White Aura Whale here. Okay, so I'm going to have to reread over this card. When this card is Synchro Summon, you can special summon 1 level 4 or lower fish monster from your hand or graveyard in defense. Then you can special summon 1 monster with the same name from your graveyard. Okay. That's not looking good there. And then this card says, if this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card and sent to your graveyard, you can banish 1 other water monster, summon it, and if you do, it's treated as a tuner. Okay, so... I guess... Wait. Oh, wait. Oh, it's hand... Oh, okay. That's fine. Never mind. That's fine here. Wait. Oh, I read this card wrong. I was thinking about this card wrong. Wait, summon 2 from the grave is actually kind of crazy. Wait. I was actually reading that horribly wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay, now they make this, which this can summon out an Ice Barrier once per chain, 3 times per turn. Wait, only twice per turn. I'm so bad. Okay, but they're doing nice lines here. Like, I haven't seen Mermail players, like, do stuff like this. But this is nice. Maybe that's why they believe in the deck. And then use this effect, which will make it gain 200 attack and defense for each card in the opponent's hands. So this will be at 39 permanently too, right? That is permanent. Okay. So now they overlay into Bahamut Shark. Bahamut Shark effect. Detach. Go ahead, summon out Totally Awesome. Which, okay, they go ahead and pass now. They draw Engraver. That felt like that could have been better. That felt like, okay. So we should have probably let Lacrima summon then, right? And then Pomp if we knew we weren't going to be able to go for game. So now, from here, they go normal ice effect. And then this can go ahead. Oh, no, this is only if they special summon a monster. Okay, I've seen this on Master Duel a bunch, but that's like the only time I ever see this card. So in response to ice, they go ahead, Chain Toad, set it through their field, Toad effect, add back Heavy Infantry, which is good because they have the Shrine in the graveyard, which this can banish, discard, draw one, so then they have the Heavy Infantry pop set up. So now they go activate Engraver effect, discard, go ahead, search, grab out Fiendsmith Tract from the deck to the hand, sure. And then from here, activate Tract to go ahead, add Lurie, discard Lurie effect, special summon itself out. And then thinking on the summon, but Requiem, like, doesn't even matter here, right? Yeah, because otherwise they could just, like, Engraver into Requiem anyhow. So I think that's probably just fine. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, wait, okay. But you do have this effect, that's right. So that's going to summon out the General Ryzeal of the Ice Barrier, which this card, not once per turn, when your opponent's monster effect is activated on the field resolves, they must discard one card or their effect is negated. So this will constantly force them to discard, which actually is like fine here because they have Fiendsmith in Paradise. But this card is a monster in some scenarios. Make Requiem, Engraver effect, shuffle back Lurie. But this is only when something's activated on the field. Okay, so go ahead, shuffle back, summon out Engraver, and then now on that summon, they could use the Synchro effect again, but they go ahead and Shrine effect. Maybe they just play this as their only target. Discard Heavy Infantry, draw in the Ash Blossom, Heavy Infantry to pop the Engraver. Okay, and also drew into a hand trap there too. And then now they go ahead and make SP, which also I wonder if last turn there was a way for them to play this better. Like maybe they could have instead of adding this that they never used, maybe they summon out the other guy and then they could have used Minstrel effect to put back Abyss Pike. And then they could have like linked off Toad. I guess they already went through this. That's tough. I was gonna say because you link off Toad into that, and then you add back. But you could make the Mermail link too. I'm pretty sure you can make that. Add back like a Dragoon, and then discard Dragoon to go ahead summon out 2 Pike from the deck. But I also don't know what's in their extra deck. Their extra deck is wild. So they go SP effect, try to go ahead, banish, and they have to discard one. So they discard Fiendsmith in Paradise, then special out Sword. Sword effect to go search, they Ash Blossom it. Chain SP to banish the Bahamut Shark. Battle phase, attack over the set Ice Ryzeal, and then go main phase 2. They've gone through everything. Yeah, they've gone through everything. So they go ahead, end phase, bring back SP Bahamut Shark, and then pass turn. They draw Veiler, and then go main phase. Yeah, because otherwise if they tried to use the effect of Lacrima to go summon, they could bring out the General Ryzeal, which does just completely shut down Desiree. So now they go battle phase, attack over SP. Yeah, that's 39 permanently. And then attack over Sword. And then end of battle. They're thinking, but yeah, this won't do anything if they do it now. Lacrima effect. Wait, can this even summon from Banish before I say that? It cannot. Okay, from deck, extra deck, or grave. Okay, that does not work. Okay, so go ahead, summon out the Agumde effect, summon out Desiree, and then main phase 2, and then pass turn. So they have no plays there. They draw into Lurie, which I guess we should check, right? I hate that it doesn't work in the replays anymore. But okay, let me go ahead and check. I don't know, it's been like that for a while, but okay, let's find out. Summon that, sent Lurie to graveyard, effect, return to the top of the deck, didn't shuffle. Okay. I mean, this is definitely something that should, like, you know, you gotta make sure your opponent's shuffling, because we've seen this a lot where people don't shuffle, especially with Engraver and Lurie specifically. Like, we've seen that a lot. Like, honestly, it's like maybe once a week. Like, it's actually ridiculous how often people do that. So now they normal summon out Lurie, they make Requiem, and then now they go Requiem effect, Tribute Go special, and then that just brings out Lacrima, and then they have Lacrima that can go ahead, dump Engraver. I don't even know. I guess, like, that's fine. Okay, no, we don't even do that. No, we just go effect to equip, and then use those to make Necro equip, overlay those into DDD, and then battle phase, they go Veiler onto DDD, but they can't because Impulse. True. Yup. And now they just beat over the Lancia. If it leaves because of an opponent's card, summon an Ice Barrier from the extra deck. Yeah, but they don't have it. Otherwise, they would have already done something like that anyways. Yeah, so they just realized that they lose here. Wow, it looked like they were working that back, but not quite. Not quite. It was close. But GG. Okay, on to the next match now. We have Night God versus I'm Cosmics. And we will go ahead and see Night God win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot and decide to go first. 42 versus 41. Opening hands, we have Fualos, Sword, Nib, X, Fualos. They have Ash Blossom, Sword, Nib, X, Engraver. So go ahead, start off by going main phase, deciding if we want to play. We said nope, pass. They draw Ash Blossom. Main phase, activate Engraver, go ahead, search out Tract, and then activate Tract to go ahead, search Lurie, discard Lurie, special summon out Lurie, and then nothing on the summon of Lurie, it looks like. Never mind, okay, we do have drop Fualos, the Ash Blossom, we drop another Fualos. I guess that's fine. Yeah, you probably do want to do that, right? Otherwise, they have, like, Lacrima and the trap set up already. So they could just let you draw one. So just go ahead, pass, they draw Talons, and then go main phase, dump the Mirror Logic, special summon out Ext, and then activate the Ext1 Mirror Logic 2, shut down Lurie, go ahead, search out Node, and then special out Sword, Sword effect goes search, grab out the Ice Ryzeal. They have an overlay technique into the duo drive, but they're thinking if they want to make duo. Okay, no, they just make Detonator. Detonator effect to attach, and then normal summon out Ice. Okay, I guess this plays around Ogre better. Ice into X, and then on summon, activate Nib, go ahead, tribute, bring out the token, and then now we have Talons. So if we Talons look, then we have to Node, get rid of our Nib, which we don't want to do. So we go Talons to draw, and then they do have Ash to stop that, but they do not Ash that. They draw into Lurie, Imperm. Yeah, we don't Ash stop that because we know they have Node in the duo. We just want to Ash the duo. Yeah, because I mean they do have a good amount of engine for next turn. Special out Node, Node effect, send Lurie, not discard it. Go ahead, special out Ext, overlay in the duo, duo effect to attach, and then duo. Okay, we'll just go battle phase first, I guess. Sure, play around Ogre technically on the effect of search, even though I think most people are starting to Ogre the effect to attach if they know they're on the Fiendsmith build, because they only play one of it, and also like they won't even have another way back to it, right? They've won special X, special sword, normal ice, special node, so they have to have plug-in. But I guess some people are starting to play plug-in in the deck, so I guess you kind of have to like pick and choose. But I'd say plug-in is still not standard in the deck. I'd say it's standard to not play that card right now. So they Ash the duo, drive, set, Imperm, pass. They draw Imperm. And now we'll go main phase, Engraver effect, shuffle back Lurie, special summon itself out. And then we can turn that into a Requiem. And then Requiem effect, tribute, goes ahead and special summon out from the deck. We bring out Lacrima, Lacrima effect. That can go ahead and dump the trap card. Yup, getting that card in rotation is nice. And special out X by dumping the Detonator. And then we can go activate the X effect to go search. And then, I mean, they have Imperm, but you're not going to Imperm that. They just make Duo next, and then you get punished really hard, and your Nib doesn't do anything. So go ahead, search out Node, and then overlay, make Duo, activate Duo effect to attach the Detonator, activate the effect to go search, get hit with Imperm. And then they go special out Sword. Sword effect goes search. That grabs out the Ice Ryzeal. And then they have, I guess, like, either way, which one you commit with next, they end up dropping Nib on you. So Ice goes special, bring out Sword. Sure. We can just hold Nib until they, but they dump Detonator to start the turn off instead of dumping something else because they wanted the material underneath of this. So now when they make this Detonator, the Nib ends up hurting really bad, right? Also, it doesn't target, but effect to attach, set Imperm, pass. We don't activate it. Am I tripping? I mean, I don't know how big this token is. I don't think they wrote it down. But okay, we just passed. They draw on the X. And then both the duos have 3 materials here, so they're just gonna go battle phase, attack over duo. Okay, it's at 56, they said. So beat over, they detach to protect. And then we have duo drive to go ahead and beat over the duo drive because everything's at its normal attack right now because they both have 3 materials on their field. Cannot protect. Sec, I think I can use it because it doesn't activate. We're playing for $250 ahead, by the way. $250 ahead, and we do not know this. You should have learned this a month ago. What? That is crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. Okay. Sure. So those can crash, and then they go ahead and try to pass. Then end phase, Lacrima, summon out the Requiem, and then go ahead pass turn. They draw Cross, which activate Cross. There's broken. Yeah, and they just submit defeat. So on to the next game. Night God will go first. And then opening hands, we have Fiendsmith in Paradise, Fiendsmith Track, Imperm, Veiler, Lacrima. They have Ice, Sword, Node, Bonfire, and Fualos. So we'll go main phase, normal summon out Lacrima, Lacrima effect, dump the Engraver. And then on resolution, drop the Fualos, activate Tract, add the Engraver. The reason why we do that is because otherwise they can make Requiem, and then they have just, pass turn, opponent's turn, Requiem effect, tribute summon Engraver, Lacrima, summon Requiem, Requiem effect, summon Lacrima, Lacrima, dump trap. Then they have that interruption set up, so we drop Fualos now. So that way we get a draw, but I guess they would get a draw anyways, right? It's interesting, because they would just, Requiem into Engraver anyhow. So now they go ahead, discard, and then set Imperm, and then pass, they draw Engraver. Okay, so now go main phase. They go normal out Ice, because Requiem's not once per turn. You can only special summon it once per turn, though. So Ice effect, they go ahead, Imperm that, try to keep them off Fiendsmith. Then they just go ahead and activate to go ahead, search out the track. And because, they have Imperm, Veiler, Paradise, but the opponent has a lot of engine, they can play through that. And we also don't have any Ryzeal engines set up on our end. It's just Fiendsmith cards. So they bring out Lurie, and then on Lurie summon, thinking if we want to stop that, we decide to not stop that there, which is actually kind of crazy, right? I don't know, it actually feels kind of crazy, because if they get to this, it feels like the game's just over. So now we go Lacrima, dump Fiendsmith in Paradise, overlay into the Abyss Dweller, yeah. And then they said summon good, sure. Activate Bonfire, go ahead search out the X'd Ryzeal, special out X'd by dumping, and then now we'll go ahead and dump a Mirrorlogic, X1, Mirrorlogic 2, and then chain Veiler onto the X'd, which they said think here. I mean, they just played through that very easily, right? There's no point of us stopping that. Okay, special sword effect, they said my bad, effect fine. I thought he already searched. What? Oh, okay, because I went special effect. Okay, they said same account next. Okay, so now we have Night God versus I'm Cosmic. Last match of the IronMan. We see Night God win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot and decide to go first. 42 versus 41. We have Bestial Magma, Ice, Track, Bonfire, X'd. They have Sword Engraver, Ash. So they have one hand trap here against a hand that has a lot of gas. Activate Bonfire. And then they're thinking if they just want to stop this. So they do go ahead and Ash that. Then normal Ice effect. And that was just the ultimate bait. Ice in the X go ahead, search out Sword. And then overlay into Duo effect to go ahead and detach, and then search, grab out the Cross, and then grab out the Node. Yeah, activate Tract, add Lurie, discard Lurie. Okay, so trying to play around Nib better by resolving Duo right away. Then we have Requiem, Tribute, bring out Lacrima, dump Engraver, Requiem effect to equip, and then we can go ahead and turn those into the Necro equip. But they're actually thinking here about what they want to do next. Okay, so now go ahead, bring out the Necro equip, and then Engraver, shuffle back Lurie, special summon itself out. Then they can overlay those to make the DDD. Then activate Cross, special sword effect. Was there even a point of activating Cross there? If we were just going to go special sword effect. Go ahead, search out Ice. Yeah, I don't think there was. There was no point. Dump Mirrorlogic, special out X, and then go for the Detonator. Detonator effect to attach, special Node effect, send special back out from the graveyard, then overlay for Dweller. And then they have Cross effect to go ahead and put back and then draw. Yeah, everybody has Dweller in this deck right now because you needed to play through Fiendsmith, and everyone's playing Fiendsmith. But drawing Veiler, there's also good. Another hand trap. They draw onto Nib and then just submit defeat. Which, technically, they should have tried playing through it because they already know what deck they're playing. On to the next game now. We have Veiler, Ultimate Slayer, Ice, Imperm, Fiendsmith, and Paradise. They have Node, Track, Thrust, Engraver, Imperm. So they would go main phase, activate tracked, add Lurie, discard Lurie effect, special summon itself out, and then we can turn that into Requiem, and then Requiem effect, tribute go special, and then that'll bring out Lacrima, and then Lacrima effect to go dump. So if they play multiple track, they could just dump Trap here, and then they can go Requiem effect to equip, and then make the Necro equip, and then they have Engraver effect, discard to search, and then Necro equip to draw one. So Engraver, discard, grab out Tract, and then activate the Necro equip effect to draw into Sword. Okay. I mean, Sword's a good card. Engraver, shuffle back Lurie, special summon itself out, and then they said summon good, overlay, make DDD, and then normal out Sword, Sword effect. They said that's fine. Go ahead, search out X. Also, with Node, we do have an XYZ on our field of grave, so if they did stop that, we can use that to extend. Then special out X by dumping the Mirror Logic, overlay into a detonator. Detonator effect to attach doesn't make duo. Sure, place in the Veiler, pretty hard. Pass, draw another Veiler, then they go Ultimate Slayer, dump Mirror Logic, out the detonator, Mirror Logic, shut down the DDD, and then normal summon Ice, activate Ice effect. If they do impermit, yep, that's just game over. Yeah, they're gonna make Typhon. They can just go ahead and Fiendsmith and Paradise this. It kind of sucks that they didn't, like, kind of sucks that they don't have, like, Lacrima and the Requiem already set up. So now if they activate this, they do have to, like, get rid of something. So they're thinking what they want to do, because, I mean, they might not do it and just hold it engraved, but no, okay, they do it. I was going to say, but that kind of sucks, though. Go ahead, shuffle back, and then out the Typhon, because you don't want to, like, do that prior, otherwise you play into Talons, which is a card that people are playing, or Thrust, but I guess they probably want to have Thrust, and also, yeah, I think that's really all you play into, like, super hard. They could beat over the body too and then Typhon. But I guess you wouldn't have the body anyways in this spot either. So draw Thrust. Then go to main phase. And then they have Tract, which they can go for. But they're just going to go special out Node. Node effect. And they specifically said special summon. Because they could have normal summoned it also. Then effect. Get hit with the effect Veiler on that. Interesting that they specifically said special summon. Then battle phase, swing. Yeah, then go main phase 2, activate Thrust, set D barrier, and then pass. They draw Cycle Reader, which Cycle Reader is cool because you can use that. So let's say they start with Engraver, then they go Lacrima, dump, blah, blah, blah. Then you can go Cycle Reader, hit Link 1 and Engraver. And that's really cool, but I think that Cycle Reader is only good in, like, the Kashtira decks where you don't want to play Bystials because then it puts bodies on your field. But I think Bystials are just, like, better than this. I think Bystials, like, putting bodies on field, you know, Druisworm, body on field, then sending something later. Ball Drake, if you draw multiples, ends up getting, like crazy value. But now they just go set Veiler, set Imperm, set Fiendsmith and Paradise. And then pass turn, they draw on the sword. They're not even going to activate Cycle Reader, I don't think. I don't think they want their opponent to know that they're playing it when they know that they lose this game. Activate Tract, add Lurie, discard Lurie effect. Actually, I was going to say, maybe you do, because you might not lose here based on what happened last turn. Yeah, so you might not lose here. And then you have Imperm for DDD on your turn. Okay, so now they go special out Sword. Then they go Sword effect. Yeah, and that's just game. So on to game number 3 now. We will see Night God go ahead and decide to go first. I can't lie. This player was not playing very great that game. We have Bonfire, Ash Blossom, Talons, Node, and Judgment. They have Imperm, X, Bystial, Magma, Nib, and Ash. So it sucks that they drew X specifically with these cards because it won't get the search. But now they're going to go activate Bonfire, and they're thinking if they want to Ash it. But they do have Bystial. I was going to say, they have a lot. They have a lot here, so they don't have to stop at this time. They don't have to feel like they need to as much. So go ahead and summon out X by dumping Mirror Logic. Last time they just had the one Ash. Now they go activate X effect, so they don't go for Sword, because they don't want to just, like, auto-fold to Imperm. And then X goes search out Sword, special Sword. Sword effect goes search. And so that's fine. Go ahead, search out Ice. overlay, summon out duo effect to add, and then in response they ash it. Talents to now look at hand. Yeah, that's pretty good. What do they even want to rip here? That's like weird. Actually, you could. That is tough actually, because you could hit X, and then you could Ash Magma Mud at end phase, Judgment whatever the top deck is, and then they pass. And they don't have anything. So maybe that's what they're thinking about, but they're thinking pretty hard here. So they're gonna hit the Bestial to the deck. Okay. Then just set Judgment pass. I guess this is probably like the more proper way to go about it. You can like Ash the X, Judgment the top deck anyways, and then you don't have to deal with the Bestial. Okay. So go main phase, activate Bonfire, Ash Blossom. Yup. And now they gotta be feeling really good because, you know, once you know the hand and you have, like, Judgment set up, you just feel insane. So, Judgment the X summon, they pass, draw Lurie, then go main phase, activate Duo Drive effect, and then they imperm that. Normal ice effect, bring out sword effect goes search, grab out ice, and then special node, special ice, and then battle phase. Go ahead and attack for game. Yup, 31... 32 and then 25, so that's over game. But yeah, they're just gonna go ahead and calculate it out. I mean, may as well. Yeah, GG's. Wow, that is tough. Yeah, then ooh, they play Droplet in their deck. Interesting choice for sure. But yeah, GG's. Wow. I mean, that does suck. That does hurt. Like, imagine if we just imperm duo, but they wanted to save imperm for their own turn. But I mean, did you really need to save imperm for your own turn? Because like, we would have been resolving Nib, right? Like, if they go for detonator, we just activate Nib. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. They don't have cross in hand because, first of all, it's a 1-of, so it's hard to have in hand, like hard drawing it. Second of all, they dump Mirror Logic instead of dumping like Detonator, which would have given this the material to help protect itself if they had cross. So it's like, did we really need to Ash over Imperm? Like, we could have actually played around that while it also just being the correct play, because then we could go ahead and like drop Nib on the opponent, and then we have like normal summon Veiler, make Moon, try to do that. Requiem, Lacrima, then we have special X'd with Lacrima on field, so then you have your Fiendsmith stuff set up, and then you would have Ash for a potential Fiendsmith top deck that they have, because you can assume that they don't have it based on how they played that turn, so then you can Ash the Fiendsmith stuff next turn instead of having like, you know, a random Veiler laying around, or it would have been an Imperm, right? Yeah, instead of a random Imperm set, you would have had Ash, which Ash obviously hits Fiendsmith cards a lot better than something like Imperm does. So, yeah, I actually feel like the way the hand trap was just incorrect. I'm not just saying that because we saw Talons. Like, it actually just is incorrect. Like, it's actually just worse. Like, you play in the Talons, which is already not good, but then it's like, what you're doing is just worse in general. You're setting yourself up with like worse interruptions like for future turns. So I felt like maybe that could have been thought out better on their side, but they did think about it a lot. And obviously they had a big Discord like working together on this probably. I mean, $250 ahead, $500 for just a couple matches. But okay, we will see Night God win the money there. Also, you know, we're seeing some new people money matching now, playing in IronMans, and I mean, you know, they're coming out swinging. They're playing for a lot. But with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.